Hello Darts Nutz. I'm just going to do an update on the Robson Plus Flights. I did say I was going to do a part 2 when I completely destroyed the flights, but it seems to be taking a while for me to completely destroy them. They are pretty well battered up, and there's a split on one of them and a couple of little nicks here and there, but I'll show you a close-up of the flights in a minute, so I'll show you all the damage that's on them at present. But I've been using them with the Neon 2 darts, and they've had at least 30 minutes use every day, and I think I've had probably about 80 days, so that's about 40 hours worth out of them, and they're still flying fine. They are very raggy and battered on top, but I kind of expected that. But I did think that they would end up splitting more at the front, but a few people have said they've had them split quite quickly at the front, and I think it's probably the way that your darts come into the board. Mine tend to come over the top a little bit like that, but I think if your darts are coming straight on, I think there's probably more chance of you splitting the front. But I'm pretty impressed with how well they've lasted for me. So it's like a lot of things, it's something that you probably need to try to see whether it'll work for you, but I've been really pleased with them. But I'll show you a close-up now of the damage on each flight, and then you can have a good look. Right, okay then, this is the first flight I'm going to show you. As you can see, there's like a little nick on the bottom. You can see there's a few nicks here and there, and pretty much still very solid on the bottom, but this is where my flights tend to get most damage, on the top. And as you can see, I took out a big chunk there, but even though they're as bad as this on the top, they're still flying okay. I can still throw them, and they're still flying through the air without a problem. But I do think the top part was probably a little bit softer than what I was hoping. I was hoping it would be a little bit more durable than it was, but it hasn't really been a disaster. So, and like I say, they're still working fine. I haven't got them to the point where they're absolutely no good for throwing yet, although I'm sure most people probably would have binned them by now, but I often have poly flights that are just as bad as that. And this is another flight. Kind of looks like it's been chewed at the top, but these only just very slight nicks around the leading edge of the wings. And this one is the only one that has got a proper split in it. If you can see it there. And again, quite raggy on the top, but on the whole still working fine. And like I said, my darts tend to come in like at an angle, so my flights sit up at an angle, and they tend to come in over the top, so I don't think I get the direct impact on the leading edge like what some people do. I think it comes in like that, so most of my damage tends to be at the top. But for me, they've worked really well, and I'm very pleased with them, so I'd probably definitely be buying more. But the only thing I would say is, if you're a flat thrower and you throw hard, it is quite possible you'll get more damage at the front of the wings, but it's well worth giving them a try just to see. It's like anything, you've got to try it at least once. But for me, they've been pretty durable. And the other set that I've got, I put them on some spinners, and I think they'll probably last even more, and they work well with the spinning shaft. So if you wanted to make them last longer, you probably do well to stick them on a spinning shaft. But there you go, that's my Bulls Robson flights after 40 hours of use. So that's the final part of the Robson Flights review. So thanks for watching.